Okay guys, so I'm going to take just a second and do a quick run through of everything that you'll find on my Frontier 10 from Nucanoe when I'm on the river. So we'll start in the very back and we'll just kind of move our way forward here. So what you guys will notice first is we've got the Yak Attack Visicarbon Pro right here. This is great because of course we've got our visibility with the flag. We've also got our light here making us extra visible, but also giving us a little bit of light to work with there in those early morning launches on the river. If you come back here to the tank well, what you're going to notice is, quite frankly, not a lot. I keep my rear tank well very, very clean and simple, mainly because when I'm on the river, I've really just got my one plano box here most of the time. I kind of know what I'm going to be using. I've got my baits narrowed down so I don't need a whole lot. So all that stays right here, right behind me, very easily accessible. Now if we move up, you'll see of course the Frontier 360 seat here. What this allows me to do is if I do have things in the back, like my tackle box that I need to get to, I'm going to be able to swivel this seat around real quickly, grab whatever gear I need, retie, of course swivel back around, and I'm back in position. Now you'll notice I've got some things over here, but on this side of the boat, totally free of pretty much anything. The reason why that allows me, I usually swivel to the same side, so that's going to allow me to do that, not hang up, not mess with anything, nice and clean. Now as we move forward, you'll notice it gets a little more busy. Still pretty clean, but the things that I keep right at hand, of course my hog trough here, I've got it slid right under the seat, totally accessible, but also out of the way if I need to stand up for any reason. Under the seat here, you'll notice my dry box that I keep. The Pelican 1120, hands down the best case that I have found for not only being waterproof, but also being a perfect size. It's not a gigantic box, it's not too small for your phone and your stuff. So in here, I've got a couple things that I keep pretty much with me all the time. Second camera, so when I'm taking photos for a tournament, or if I'm taking photos of a friend who's on the river with me, I've got a good high-res shot so I can send it to them. I've got, of course, your phone, gotta have that. My truck keys are in here as well. And the all-important TP. If you've ever been on the river, you know exactly why this is in here and you know how important it can be. So I've got all that in here. I've got room for another phone, another camera, another set of keys. So if you're on a shuttle with a friend, it can all fit in here. Absolutely no problem. And again, the great thing about this chair and the layout of the Nucanoe, the Frontier 10, it allows me to keep this really, really close at hand, but also totally out of the way. If you look closely right here on my chair, you'll notice something very small but very important, and that is my line cutter's ring. Now, if you fish with braid, or a heavy line for that matter at all, this guy is a must-have, because this allows you to simply reach down, pop that 20-pound braid if you're throwing big jigs, if you're frog fishing and you got 65-pound braid. This allows you to pop that braid, tie another leader on, tie another bait on, super quick, super easy. You're not fumbling around for pliers and that kind of stuff, so it keeps everything nice and easy, which of course, if you're on a platform like this, the whole name of the game is having things clean and simple. That's going to help you do it. Also, of course, rod sitting here. Another great thing I love about the way this boat's laid out. My rod sits right here, close at hand. Again, remember I said I can move? It's not in the way at all when I'm moving to that side to get to my gear. Also, Yak Attack leverage landing net right here. Kind of fits perfectly on my front deck. So even if I'm standing and fishing, I can stand on either side. I've got quick access to that net to be able to net the fish. And we all know, if it doesn't get in the boat, it never happened, right? So if you're catching big fish, or if you hope to catch big fish, definitely important to have a net with you at all times. One thing I want to point out, guys, this is something you probably can't see really well, but it's very, very important. And this is what's called the Yak Attack parking pole. This is the short 3-foot version. So it's called the river stick. That's kind of the nickname for it. What you'll notice is I've got it secured right here. It's out of the way. I'm not messing with my gunnel or any of my gear, but I simply undo my little bungee here. And now we've got a stakeout pole. For river fishing, you don't always need a big 8-foot pole. So this guy's going to allow you 3 feet. If you're in shallow water, of course, you can can stake it out, no problem. If you're fishing an undercut bank, or if you've got a lot of trees overhead, this guy is going to allow you to stake out into a clay bank or a sandbar. You can still sit in current. It's going to hold you pretty well. Also, if you guys will check this out, one thing that you can also do, if you're like me and you get out of the boat sometimes and maybe you're wade fishing or you're standing on a bank and you're tying up a new lure, you can simply drop this guy down and that stakes the boat out as well through the rear scuppers here. So you've kind of got a couple of options there as to what you can do and what's going to suit you best. But I keep this guy right here, super clean, super easy, and it's out of the way with one little bungee. No problems. The last thing I'll show you guys, if we move our net here, in our front hatch that we've got, it's waterproof, nice and clean, it's out of the way. We're gonna open this guy up. You will see you've got some storage in here. Now for me, this time of year, I'm gonna use this for my rain gear, my cold weather gear, also what we call a ditch bag, or a dry bag for most people that you keep with a spare set of clothes, maybe some spare gear, fire starting materials. If you're out, it's really, really cold, or especially if you're camping, this hatch is gonna give you room for all that. So it's there, but it's also totally out of the way. It's also secure. So that's a great thing there. You guys will notice, overall, pretty clean, pretty simple, but this is my Nucanoe Frontier 10, and this is how I keep it rigged up for the river most of the time.